I have a theory about that hose.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Hey,
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.
she's here, Gloria Estefan, right here.
Yay! So happy to be here again.
At this point, I'm happy to be anywhere.
Exactly. Who isn't? No, you're not kidding.
Thank you for coming in to talk about your project coming up May 29th, Raíces.
Yes.
Of course. It all came from the song.
It all came from that one song.
Now, talk about that song and how it made you go, wait, there's something more than just a song here.
Absolutely. You know, a couple years ago, Emilio, he works with a million artists. He did the Wailers. He's done Goosey, Nico. He's the tenors from Canada. He's always doing projects, so he writes a lot of music. And he comes to me and he says, babe, I wrote this song. I would love for you to be the one to sing it. And I go, babe, I'm writing this musical with Emily. We've been working 3 years. As a matter of fact, we're doing the workshop right now in the city. I go, I can't divert because my brain is in that mode. I have to do 18 new songs. And he says, oh, but this song is for you. He goes, do you trust me? I go, absolutely. He goes, will you let me write more songs so that if you like them, you could do this album? And I go, if I do an album, I want it to be tropical and in Spanish. And he goes, absolutely. So he played me the demo for Raíces, and I go, oh my gosh, this is just so special, so positive. We need positive vibes out in the world, which is our job as musicians. That is our mandate to, entertain or make you forget or give you something positive to think about. And then he brought me spectacular songs. I only wrote one for my grandson, Sasha. And I wrote it in English originally, then I wrote it in Spanish. It's on the record in both languages.
And Gloria hasn't done an all-Spanish album, I think, in like almost 20 years,
yes.
18 years.
Yeah,
But
incredible.
Let's talk about the spirit of this album, because it really, I don't know, I get the feeling from people I've talked to about this project is it's sort of a celebration of 50 years
Absolutely.
of all you, the bands,
and 49 years of love, because it's a kind of autobiographical love story. In fact, Emilio comes to me and he says, I wrote you a love song. I go, oh, babe, that's so sweet. Are you going to sing it? He goes, no, you're going to sing it to me. No. He wrote his own love song. I go, that's so you. But I do mean every word in it. You read my mind.
You better say that.
No, but it's true. It's true.
I think back to, years ago, and it was all very well told in story form in your musical On Your Feet.
Yes.
Which was on Broadway for a couple of years. And I thought that was just a beautiful way to tell the story of you, Miami Sound Machine, the history of...
We had to crunch time there, because a lot of years went by, and on Broadway you only have 2 hours to tell the story, and a lot of it musically. Yeah, Alex Dinolaris was brilliant with his book, and everybody, such a great job on that. And I never thought we'd do that. It also just kind of worked out. You
look back on this career, and which is more than a career; it's a family story too. I mean, are you just ever sitting there at the house in Miami, going, by yourself, just thinking about where you were, how you got to where you are now? Because what a story this is, Gloria.
It's not the kind of thing we do. Emilio and I we look forward. We're super busy too, so it keeps you very active. But when I did the second single for this album, La Vecina, that I sang it, and it's funny, it's a humorous track, whatever, and it's super incredible arrangement, salsa. But I wanted to do something special, so I went and I shot the video at the place where my mother and I lived when we first came to the U.S., which looked exactly the same. And there I play like 3 characters, and it's kind of where I started. And then at the end, when I'm on the stage with the whole band in between those 2 apartments, where I am, but all that is still a part of me. And my family makes a cameo in there. So those are the moments where you go, wow, you look back and you go, what a ride. Like, it's been incredible and blessed. And I feel happy to have lived every moment of it. And we're still living it, which is great. We're still doing stuff.
Are you the kind of person who thinks that, once you stop adding to the house, then you cease to exist? I mean, if you stop, then...
I never get bored. Right. So I can perfectly be happy doing nothing because my brain is always going and there's always something that I'm going to do. Emilio can't stop. Like, he's one of those people that he's going to be working until the day he moves on, because he loves every minute of it, and he has ADD. So there's no way. Even when he's home for a couple hours, you see him hosing everything. What is it with men and hoses? I have a theory. I have a
barbecues. Hoses and barbecues.
I have a theory about that hose.
Oh yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Amen. Let's hear it for the hose, everyone. I got a hose in different area codes. I got all sorts of hose. Yes, Gandhi.
Exactly.
All right, so you said that you wanted to do this one in Spanish and tropical. Why, after 20 years, is that important to you at this moment?
Full circle. You know, the first music that I ever listened to was Celia Cruz, Cachao, Olga Guillot. Those my mom's record collection that got smuggled slowly by my grandma out of Cuba in baby food, mango baby food boxes that she would saddle the pilots of Cubana de Aviación with. We'd get a knock on her apartment and it'd be a pilot holding a box of baby food and records in there. Wow. And it's my heart language. You know, Spanish is my heart language. English is my cerebral head language. And I love that I'm bilingual and can do both. But Spanish is something very special for me.
Well, speaking of that, so I did some growing up in Miami, and you're obviously royalty, a legend, an icon, specifically
Conga queen. That's
true.
about it.
Can you go anywhere without getting mobbed down there?
Oh, mobbing is from another era. No. You know, everybody feels like I'm their own. So what I do get a lot of is just give me a hug. I love that. I get that here in New York.
Really?
And people want to hug me and they thank me for things and then for, you know, being Latina and for representing. It's just a blessing to me. But I go out, my grandson and I go to escape rooms alone all the time. We love that. We love doing that.
That's kind of creepy.
No, they're great. They're great for your brain.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, we'd still be there if it wasn't for him. He knows how to get me out.
Thank God he was there.
Yes,
No escaping.
absolutely.
Hey, another Gloria thing I'm loving, and of course Miami Sound Machine, is Guardians of the Galaxy at Epcot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't get to choose the music when you ride. It's the world's best ride
Oh my
ever.
God, what a great ride.
Oh, you love it?
I love it.
And you don't get to choose the music, but when the conga comes on, you're like, I made it.
I got Tears for Fears, my favorite. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Wait,
I
how
love
do you
that.
get on that ride? Like, do they call you and say, we want to use your song?
No, I go. Yeah, well, that was before. You know, they prepared that, and I was honored to be one of 6 songs that gets played on that thing. Yeah, I joke because my assistant has a friend that every time she gets on there, they play conga, and she thinks I'm the one orchestrating this whole thing. Everywhere she goes, conga gets played. No, it was a big honor. I mean, first of all, you know, Disney, come on, like it's fantastic, and it's to be there and be a part of the fabric of this country is fantastic.
Miami is its own being, without doubt. You can go anywhere in America or almost anywhere in the world, and you just don't get the same feeling you get.
Yeah, we have our own foreign policy and everything in Miami. We're a country, not a city.
And so from there, staying there, roots there, businesses there, career there, family there,
heart,
home there, friends there.
Yes.
I mean, has anyone ever said, "Hey, if you thought about moving,
oh,
living
absolutely,"
somewhere else? And you would say what?
Hell no.
No.
I live in paradise. No, look, you know what? When my parents left Cuba, they thought they were going back, and we became very deeply rooted in Miami. So leaving there now to me would be like them when they left Cuba. I mean, my whole life is there. They said, move to LA. I go, why? I can fly to LA and fly back home. I've gone all over the world, and whenever I would see the weather reports, I'd be in Europe somewhere, and I'd see the weather from Miami. It'd make me cry. I'd miss it so much. I love it. I'm a tropical girl. That's my home. I don't want to go anywhere else.
So this album, out May 29th, is really going to be it's going to be the Miami soundtrack.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? It's done. I want to thank all the fans because I think today or this week it's #1 across 3 different charts: the tropical, the Latin pop, airplay, whatever. And to be back there, like you always hope that people like it, but it's great. It's really a humbling and beautiful experience.
I love that.
Now I know you're working on another show.
We
right?
are.
Well, let's talk about.
But yes, but I also want to know. You just saw Real Women Have Curves.
Yes, I
Broadway.
did.
What did you think?
And I also saw Buena Vista. Oh my gosh, I love both of them. First of all, Justina Machado. I've been following her career forever. And the young girl, Tatiana, that plays the lead, was actually in one of our workshops early on, and she found out she'd gotten the lead role she walks in, and we were doing one of the songs from our new show, which was perfect. And just the look on her face, everybody grabbed her and hugged her because we were so happy for her. I thought it was phenomenal. So good. Joy's soundtrack is amazing. Do they call it soundtrack? No, yeah, I guess.
Original cast recording.
Yes, that to the music for the show. It's phenomenal. And Buena Vista just blew me away. It was so good. I mean, and to be representing in 2 shows, Latinos on Broadway is really important.
Let's talk about Basura.
Yes.
Now, it's interesting.
Let's talk Basura.
As we do. Let's spill it. It's based in a landfill.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So whose idea was this?
Well, Michael Schulman, the producer, came. Frank was still around, and Frank goes, "You need to have this meeting. This producer, he wants you to watch this before he sees you. This documentary called Landfill Harmonic." And I look at the documentary, and it blew me away, first of all. And then the thought of being able to create new music for something like this, it's like in one of the most difficult situations you can be, because these people ended up next to a landfill, not by their choice. The landfill wasn't there before. A lot of people that got their farmlands turned into soy and got etched out, they couldn't go into the city, so they had to build homes wherever they could. And it used to be a beautiful lake that little by little started, the government started turning into a dump, a landfill. And now it's one of the largest in South America, with toxic waste coming down. Sits over the world's largest freshwater reserve. Could give the world 200 years of water for every human. And everything is so precarious. So this environmental engineer guy went there trying to help. And, it's very difficult to help in a landfill. So he did the next best thing. He started music classes for the kids that lived there. And they started an orchestra. And they started because they didn't have instruments. They couldn't survive, really good instruments. So they started making them out of the trash. This one kid that kind of on the spectrum, he lived outside and slept outside all his life. And he had this idea, and they started making the instruments. And now they are 300 students strong. They built the school out of the trash. And it's just such hope and the challenge of writing songs that are original, because we're done, we've written them, and I'm so happy. And we fought hard for that title because, Basura, it is what it is. And it's the true inspirational story of finding music in unlikely places. And music can be born anywhere, including a landfill.
Wow.
A brilliant plot, right?
I like it.
So you worked with your daughter on this?
Yes, we did.
For about 3 years?
It was a secret ploy to have her spend more time with me.
And it worked.
No other way. It worked. And we're so happy. And it's a great combo, because I've had a world of writing songs, and she's just so fresh and out of the box. And the combo is really strong. And then we have Alex Lackamore, our music supervisor from Hamilton and In the Heights. We have Michael Greif, our director, who's like royalty on Broadway, Karen Zacharias, the book writer. And we did it together. It's not like they wrote a book and gave it to us. We went for 3 years, we would do together this creative project, bouncing ideas, and the book and the music came together. So it's really awesome.
Look how Gloria's lighting up when she talks about this.
Yeah, no, I'm excited. And Ken Cerniglia, who did 80s Town, our dramaturg, he keeps everybody, focused. Patricia Delgado, who with her husband choreographed Buena Vista, is our choreographer for the show. So we just have such a special team, and it's so exciting. That's my favorite thing, creating stuff.
Okay, so you're listening to Gloria Estefan talk about from the 50 years ago to now, and you look like you're already bored with Basura, ready to move on to something new.
Oh, no, I am not bored.
It looks like you're ready to start something new.
I am excited. Well, I have a movie coming out, Gabby's Dollhouse, in September. I already shot it, though. I shot it. I'm so excited that Gabby's Dollhouse, it's a big kids series. Yeah. And this is the theatrical big movie DreamWorks release. And I play Gabby's grandma, who created this magical thing for her. So it was a blast. I got to drive a VW van from the 70s that's decked out and all this cat stuff. It was fun. And Kristen Wiig is in it. Right. That alone was a draw for me.
She's kind of fun.
Do you, is there an artist that I can't even imagine, you can probably call anybody and say, hey, I want to work with you, and they'd say yes. But is there an artist you'd love to work with?
I've worked with so many artists, and, with Sheila either. We just
Yeah.
won a Grammy for the Celia Cruz song, Bemba Colorado, which was a thrill and kind of started me on that journey to Raíces too, because when I got to do that track with her, I told Emilio, man, I just feel so me in this music. I want to get back to that. So that also helped that. And when we released the track listing, all these incredible artists said yes, and they literally held up one of my tracks from, we had Shakira, Camila Cabello, Carole King, who is such an idol, Fran Drescher, tell me, I don't want to forget him, my grandson, Emilio, Sam Smith, Cyndi Lauper, Cindy, also just these amazing people.
Wow.
But wait, Fran Drescher.
Yes.
She leaves us voicemail every now and then.
Okay, just making
Fran
sure.
Drescher was the head of SAG, and I worked with her. I spoke before Congress trying to get the Music Fairness Act passed for, because artists still don't get paid for getting played on radio. So, it's, we're trying to make things better, like the
Why'd
music.
you give me the evil eye when you said that?
I didn't do that. I'm talking to you. No evil eye. It's not your
Elvis's
fault.
decision.
It's not your fault. But we've worked together, and I love her. I'm a huge fan of hers as well. So I sang with Nat King Cole. That was incredible. He didn't know about it because Lord knows. But when I did it, I imagined we were in this little club. I've sang with all three of the tenors, Pavarotti, Carreras, Plácido Domingo. I've sung with huge artists in the Latin world, Alejandro Fernandez. It's just...
So basically you're saying, nobody left.
No, and by the way, it all happened by accident. It's not that I said, oh, let me call this person. I mean, Santana, I've done stuff with him. But it's been a few years, so I've had the opportunity. Sinatra, Tony Bennett. So everything I look at as a gift, and the baby's always a different thing that I would have done or that they would have done. So it's always exciting. It's fun.
Congratulations on everything.
Wow.
Thank you so
and to have
much.
you in your spirit in this room with us right now is just more than fabulous. It's very fabulous. Gloria Estefan, Raíces comes out May 29th. And of course, when does Basura hit the stage?
May 30th in the Alliance Theater in Atlanta of 26. Not this May 30th. My fans were already trying to buy tickets. I go, no, it's next year. They get booked so far in advance, and they came out to see the show, and all the places wanted it. And the Alliance, we think, is going to be a really cool place. It's perfect for what we're doing. They have the Youth Symphony right next door, and there's a lot of tie-ins, and then hopefully in 27 for Broadway. We shall see, but we're so excited.
Well, you have reason to be excited. We're excited to hear it and see it all. Thank you, Gloria.
Thank you. Thanks for giving me the time. Thank you all.
Absolutely.
By the way, I love what you do. I would love to be a DJ. I would have loved that career.
Okay. Is that next on the list?
I'm not going to take your job, Elvis.
He might give it to you.
You got a hard call time every day.
Yes, it is.
That part might be tough.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The Mercedes-Benz Interview Lounge.